Welcome to Virtualize Everything. As you can see from the video here, we're in the basement of my new house, or the new to us house. This house was actually built in 1994 with no planning or anything for high-speed internet or even really phone lines to move through it. It's kind of odd. But with that, we're going to be working with a few different things here, and I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to maybe add some input onto some of what we'll be doing for the network here, and also talk about some of the equipment that we have for doing demos, and also some of the equipment or configurations that could be a possibility, and I'd like to hear what you guys think or would like to see videos on as we set this new network up for this new house. So here you can see some of the hardware that we actually have for doing this new network. Now we're pretty rural and we actually have to use an ADSL modem. Now this ADSL modem is provided by our RASP, and from my understanding I'm not allowed to change it. I have to use it. As you can see, we have the normal integrated wireless and wired router into this modem, and that'll be somewhat of a limitation for me to work with. Normally, I try to buy each device individually so I have more control over it. So in the DSL standard, I'll have a separate modem and router configuration where I'll run my own software and configurations in each device. This device is fairly locked down, although I can get in and change port forwarding and other things for doing some of my projects. But this is going to be definitely a limitation for what we're going to be doing here. And I kind of am planning on maybe separating my network a little bit more so I can add some more security for my own personal systems, and I might even take advantage of that separation for putting some different things in different places and separating them a little bit more for security. We'll see about that, and we'll see how much of that configuration I'm willing to share. But then we can see, moving over here, you can see my Pimox. Now this is something that we set up a while ago, and it's been running pretty successfully. It ran here for almost 6 months with running this house's normal use. Now we've discontinued it, and we've moved over to this lower system that you see right here. This is a Dell R710 rack-mounted server. Now this server has been upgraded with a full array of disks and I believe 128 gigs of RAM. It's got 2 Xenon processors in it at 6 cores apiece with hyper-threading, so I believe we're looking at a total of 24 available cores for virtualization. You've seen this server used many times and referred to as R710. We also see here a laptop. This laptop was actually my main server for our former house, and this was responsible for running my day-to-day operations. It does indeed have Proxmox on it, and it has been set up so when you close the lid, it doesn't even go to sleep. It's just a few configurations inside of the actual operating system to make that happen, and we do have videos about that if you're interested in them. Take a look at some of our other hardware. Now this system right here that you see is been our demo system for the last few months, and this is my first generation Bulldozer A6 APU system. Now, we've talked a little bit about it, but it's got 16 gigs of RAM, 4 cores, and an SSD for an operating system, as well as 3 hard drives, totaling 9 gigs of storage. It's a fairly decent demo system, and it'll work for some of these other projects. Now, here is a Netgear. I think this is a W9000. I can't remember. But it was a former router that I reflashed, and I actually didn't like it. I didn't like the configurations, and I flashed DDWRT onto it so I could work with it a little bit more and feel a little bit more comfortable with how it behaved. With that being said, this router may work as a separation router between a subnet or something like that for my demo system in the rest of the house. And I may also add another subnetwork that was for my personal systems. I'm not sure. The last device we have here is a managed switch. Now, I believe this has two 2.5 gigahertz Ethernet ports here. These are 10 gigahertz SFI ports, and the rest of these are gig. Now, this is VLAN capable, although I don't know as far as security-wise whether it's easy to VLAN hop on this or any other thing. I've read about some of these low-budget switches being fairly easy to do that with. I've never tried on this one. It's something we picked up a while ago. I think it was like $140 when we grabbed it, and we grabbed it for testing or actually a video that we never ended up releasing. So as you can see here, this is the full array of systems that we have available for the new network. And configurations may range from a separate network that's stationed behind this combo unit that may contain IoT devices, and then a cluster network or a demo network for videos using all three of these systems possibly, with either using this standalone router or maybe an open WRT router that allows us to connect the two different subnets together and allow them all to work correctly. I'd love to hear your opinions on how you think I should perform this new network and build it out. I have ideas, but some of your ideas may be better. You may even have experience in doing this where I have not. So with that, that concludes tonight's video. And I would like to just say, keep on teaching and learning, and have a good night.